Good morning, kindergarten. We have a book that we are going to look at today, and then we are going to look at some sight words. All right, so this story is kind of just for fun, called Franklin is Bossy. Bossy means he wants to tell other people what they should be doing. Franklin the turtle could zip zippers and button buttons. He could count by twos and tie his shoes. He had lots of friends, and one best friend named Bear. They played tag and marbles, hopscotch and ball. But one day something awful happened. Franklin and Bear had a fight. It was a steamy, sunny summer morning. Franklin told his friends, "Let's play marbles." And they did. After a while, Franklin said, "I'm tired of marbles. Let's have a race." "You always pick the games," grumbled Bear. Franklin paid no attention. They started to run. Bear was in the lead. Goose followed close behind. Franklin saw that he was losing, and so he cried out, "The slowest one wins," as he crawled across the finish line last. "That's not fair," Bear said. Franklin ignored him. "I'm tired of running. Let's play baseball." So right now Franklin is choosing all the games and making all the rules. Bear did not put on his mitt. He did not put on his cap. He was mad. "It's too hot. I don't want to play," said Bear. "Me neither," said Beaver. "It's not too hot," said Franklin. "Is too," said Bear. "Is not," said Franklin. "I don't want to play with you, Franklin," shouted Bear. "And I don't want to play with you either," Franklin shouted back. Franklin stomped all the way home. "What's wrong?" asked his father. "There's no one to play with," answered Franklin. "Maybe your friends will come by later," said Franklin's father. "Maybe," he said. In his room, Franklin built a castle. He made a cape to be brave in. He made shields and swords and suits of armor. He drew pictures. He played house. He read stories. He played by himself for 1 whole hour. And then he didn't know what to do. Looks like he's played with every single thing in his room. So Franklin went looking for company. His friends were in the river cooling off. "Are you still hot?" he asked. "No," they answered. "Then let's play ball," said Franklin. Before anyone had a chance to say a word, Franklin started giving orders. "Bear, you play first base. Goose and Beaver, you go to the outfield. I'll be the pitcher." "No way," shouted Bear. "I don't want to play with you. You are too bossy." All of Franklin's friends nodded. "Bear's right," they said. Franklin turned his back and went home. There was no one to play with and nothing much to do, so he helped his father all afternoon. They weeded the garden and washed the floors. They made supper for Mole because he was sick. "You're a good friend," Mole told Franklin's father. On the way home, Franklin asked, "Do you and Mole have fights?" "Sometimes," said Franklin's father, "but we always make up." Franklin played alone for another whole day. He missed Bear and all his friends, and he had lots of time to think. He would go to Bear and apologize. Franklin and Bear met on the bridge. "I was going to your house," said Franklin. "And I was going to your house," said Bear. "I'm sorry," said Franklin. "It was all my fault." "No, it was my fault," said Bear. "Mine," said Franklin. "No, mine," said Bear. "Stop!" shouted Beaver, who was listening under the bridge. "This is silly." Beaver slapped her tail so hard that Franklin and Bear jumped. They started to giggle. "Friends?" asked Franklin. "Friends," said Bear. They were even arguing over who was sorry. Beaver wanted to play baseball. Bear and Goose and Duck agreed. They were picking teams when Franklin insisted on being the pitcher. Again. All together his friends shouted, "No fair, Franklin!" Franklin knew they were right. He couldn't always be the pitcher. It was his turn to play in the outfield. And it wasn't so bad. For although Franklin didn't catch a single ball, he did catch lots of flies. And what do turtles like to eat? Flies. All right, boys and girls, so that was called Franklin is Bossy. We know that was a fiction story because it was all about animals, and they were talking and wearing clothes and playing baseball and other games, which we know animals do not really do. So it was a fiction story. It was just made up. We had lots of characters in there: Beaver, Bear, Mole, Franklin's family, Franklin. But our main character was Franklin. The story was about him. His name was in the title. The whole story was about Franklin. So he is our main character. Where was our setting? Yes, our setting was outside because that's where they were. And our problem was that Franklin was being too bossy with his friends. He always wanted to tell them what to do. He always wanted to pick the games and be in charge. So he had to learn to share and to take turns. All right, boys and girls, looking at some sight words today. This is going to be a super easy page for you. Our sight word is A, which is just the letter A by itself. A. They want you to read each sentence 3 times and then match your sentence to a picture. So let's try this, a couple of them, and see how it goes. Let's put our finger by number 1. Let's read our sentence. I see a cat. All right, we read it 1 time. So we're going to color that star. Let's read it again. I see a cat. Let's color that star. All right, and then they want us to highlight the A, so let's just color over the word A. All right, and then let's draw a line from our sentence to our picture. I see a cat. Oh, here's the cat. All right, let's read number 2. I see a dog. You don't have to color in the star, but I was just doing that to make sure we read it more than once. Let's read it again. I see a dog. Let's read it our 3rd time. I see a dog. Let's highlight that word A. And let's draw a picture from our sentence to our picture. Where do I see the dog? Oh, here he is. All right, let's do number 3. I see a pig. Let's read it again. I see a pig. Our 3rd time. I see a pig. Highlight the word A. Draw a line from your sentence to your picture. Number 4, I see a cow. I see a cow. Last time, I see a cow. Highlight the word A. Match your sentence to your picture. Number 5, I see a bird. I see a bird. I see a bird. Highlight your word A. Now the bird is all the way up at the top. All right, your last sentence. I see a chicken. I see a chicken. I see a chicken. Highlight the sight word A. Match your sentence to your picture. All right, boys and girls, read those sentences to some grown-ups. They'll be so impressed that you can read those. All right, let me know if you need anything today, boys and girls.